Okay, hello everyone. This is another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to design a field experimental study. All right, the video I covered earlier talks about how to design a laboratory experiment, so I felt the need to cover this one as well. Okay, so now let's look at the question. Dr. Anna Thompson is interested in investigating the effect of flexible working hours on employee job satisfaction and productivity in a large organization. So she's looking at the effect of what flexible working hour. What does that actually mean? It talks about ability to change your working time. Okay, flexible working hour. You can change the working time and the job satisfaction. Okay, and productivity in an organization. So define a field experiment to test this hypothesis. Now, introduction of variables. If it's an experiment, you want to talk about your variable first. What are you going to do? Now, flexible working are operationally defined as implementing a flexible schedule. Please ensure you explain this thing to the barest minimum. Okay, e.g., employee choosing their start and end time versus a traditionally fixed schedule. All right, so you can see how we'll break this down into two different conditions. Now you can see how you can compare between one group and the other group. Now, DV, job satisfaction, we're going to measure the score by validated job satisfaction survey. Can you see that? Now, productivity, operationally defined as the quantifiable performance metrics. Output, okay, that is the total number of things they're able to do. Error rate or key performance indicator. So you can just decide to count maybe the number of goods they're able to produce. I mean, it's basically depends on you. It's your creativity level. Whatever you choose is right. Just make sure it makes sense. All right. If you can decide to choose a particular organization, and then in the organization you can decide to count, for example, how many goods the worker is able to produce. As simple as that. Okay, you can decide to count, okay, the number of goods they're able to produce. Okay, you can also note how many errors they make to subtract it. That depends on you as well. All right, so anything you do, just make sure it's logical, it makes sense. You can also decide to um just rate maybe how many customers they are able to um, meet, or let me say satisfy their need or respond to. You see, something like that. So it depends on the situation, depends on what you're creating, and let me say how you're able to creatively design something. Now, paragraph 2, method and procedure, samples employee from similar departments within a large organization, which will be randomly assigned if feasible. All right, you can also choose independent. I've mentioned that earlier. It depends on you entirely. Now, the procedure. Okay, treatment group received the flexible working hour policy. All right, that is the experimental group, right? Control group continue with the traditional one. Now, intervention is applied over a set period of 4 to 6 weeks. Then after this week, now you can now give them the questionnaire. Take note, you can't just change their working schedule and then give them the questionnaire. Make it logical. Try to create everything in your mind. Okay, I understand that this design study deals with a lot of creativity. Yeah, that is why it is the way it is. All right, so just keep practicing. You're going to get better at it. Now, data will be collected through post intervention. All right, this and then the performance being recorded. Control measure, ensure groups are similar in terms of workload. Okay, this is what they're going to do. They have similar workload management style, so that this doesn't serve as what extraneous variable. So if you're able to identify that, fine. If you do not identify that too, it's not a problem. Okay, you might talk about other things that are not here, and there might be some of the things that are here that you might describe that are still also relevant. Just make sure you include a lot of details that gives you all the marks you need. Okay, but most important thing, don't joke with the variables. Okay, explanation of variables, and then the method and the procedure. Okay, very, very important. Then analysis and ethical consideration are the minor part of it. All right, now paragraph 3, ethical consideration. All participants must be fully informed. Okay, that is what you want to do. Okay, confidentiality, data will be kept anonymous to protect this. All right, welfare, anything that is related to what you want to do, you talk about it. Now, welfare in the way of prevention from harm. Okay, now method of analysis, quantitative data will involve comparing the job satisfaction and productivity score of the treatment and control group using inferential statistics. Okay, this independent sample t-test, I actually prefer it. You compare the mean score and you record the mean score and then you compare it. So it's simple. All right. This is also another possible one. So you don't have to memorize this, but this I think I said it in the other video. Try to memorize it. Independent sample t-score, t-test. All right. So the analysis will assess the reliability and validity. This is optional. You don't really have to talk about that. But if you want to talk about that, you can give an analysis that will help you enforce the reliability. So after that, you move to your response. Dr. Thompson should aim to examine the effect of this. By this, the independent variable in this field experiment is flexible working hour. This is okay. So I wouldn't want to read through. You can take your time to go through this yourself so I can make the video as short as possible. All right, or let me just pick the important things. All right, the IV that we mentioned earlier now is being discussed. Okay, how you're going to go about it, explain it, and then link words together. Since you've outlined all you want to talk about, then link them together logically. Method and procedure, yeah, you can give them short subheadings like this. It makes your write-up very, very meaningful. All right, now a field experiment will be conducted in a large sample using this employee from similar department. Okay, intervention will last for days, include all the detail you've outlined. Ethical consideration, there will be informed consent and every other thing, confidentiality and every other thing you think is important. All right, method of analysis, okay, the quantitative data will be obtained from the job satisfaction and this and this and this, and it will be measured using this and that. You can decide to use this independent sample t-test. You can also decide to talk about, okay, if you don't want to go into all those keywords, you can just say, okay, the mean score of each condition, experimental condition, will be calculated, and then it will be recorded using a table, and it will be further displayed on the bar chart to show the differences. Okay, all right, now you can now talk about inferential statistics will be taken or will help to determine which group perform better, okay, and how the IV affects the DV. All right, so you just talk about that and you'll be done with the design. All right, so thank you very much. I hope this is helpful with your studies. So please, you can subscribe to my channel and like my other videos. Stay tuned. I will still upload more videos as regards the other form of design questions. Okay, bye.